Let's shoot over to Pat. Hey, Pat, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Warren. I'm a first-time caller, but a long-time listener.
Well, glad to have you
Uh,
aboard. So I see you have show dogs. What kind of dogs do you show?
yes, sir. I've got Shar Pei, Chinese Shar Pei.
Do you know I worked with
I've
some of the
got
first Shar Peis that came into the country when they were still considered a very, very rare breed. In fact, I brought the first Shar Pei onto the Today Show many, many, many years ago. Actually belonged to Carol and Milton Petrie, who were very, very wealthy people in New York City, and they bought one of the first Shar Peis to come to this country.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. I recall the name.
There you go. So what can we do
well,
with your Shar Peis?
pardon me.
What can we do to help you out with your Shar Peis?
Okay, I've got a year-old girl that's got me over a barrel, and we've dealt with a lot of things through the years, especially since I show. But this little gal, she's not eating, and she knows that I can't let her go without eating. So we're stuck. I have got to get weight back on her, and I can't allow her to just pick out of the top of her bowl and leave the rest.
All right, let
I've
me
been
tell
through
let,
four different
let me tell
different
you.
types of.
Yeah, it's not the food at this point. In other words, certain dogs and certain people and certain cats are just a little bit more finicky. What I'm going to recommend that you do is whatever food you're feeding her, stick with it. But before you give it to her, try heating it up just a little bit. When you heat up food just a little bit, what happens, Pat, is it becomes much stronger in terms of smell. And as you know, dogs eat through their nose, not through their mouth. So number one is to increase the heat when you bring it out. That's number one. Number two, if the dog has a favorite food, whether it be chicken, roast beef, whatever it is, I'm sure you've heard me say this before. Take a plastic container like a Tupperware container. On one side of the container, put her favorite thing in the world, whether it be tuna fish, whether it be salmon, whether it be roast beef or a hot dog. Then take a piece of cardboard, separate that in the same Tupperware container. On the other side, put her regular food. Leave it in the refrigerator overnight. Take it out the next day. Pop it in the microwave for a mini second and heat up not the meat, just the dry food, because now the dry food has taken on the strong smell of her favorite food, which will encourage her to eat. So that's my recommendation at this point. The other thing I would recommend, instead of feeding her out of one dish, feed her the same amount of food out of two dishes, separate them by about 2 feet or so. Some dogs are kind of like a little bit of nibble. They've had enough. They need to take a break. Then they'll walk over to another dish. But I think in your case, Pat, it sounds to me, it really does sound to me like it's more of we heat it up. I think we're going to get a reaction on your dog's part.
Okay, we'll give that a try. I've had others through the years. They'll pull this, especially when you go to a show, and they'll cut their eating
Well,
completely out.
it's as my producer said, it's like any other model. They want to be nice and svelte when they get into the ring. You know what I'm gonna do, Pat? Here's what I'm gonna do. I know you love animals, right?
You bet.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put you on hold, and actually I'm gonna be in your neck of the woods next week. But I'm gonna put you on hold, and I'm actually gonna send you or try to put you on hold, and I'm going to send you one of the. It's one of my favorite things. It's the T-shirts we had made up. It says "None of my friends walk upright." You wear that at the next dog show, and I promise you, your dog will take first place. I don't know. Years ago, it was easy to finish a Shar Pei. There weren't that many, but now it's hard. Depending on the number of dogs in a specific breed and how many are being shown is indicative of what makes it a little bit easier, or knowing where the dog should, where you should show the dog, for example, or not show the dog. Anyway, the phone number here, 888-302-3684. Good luck at your next dog show. Give that Shar Pei a big hug and a kiss, and make sure you dry in between the wrinkles on the skin.